Hi everyone, so I'm going to try to speak through this real quickly and hopefully this video will be helpful. As you'll see, I'm providing floor plans and some images. So on the first floor plan, one of the most important things to communicate to you is this circle drive. So in the plans that I'm sending to you, I've pushed the circle drive as close to the corner as possible. I think this has to be the solution. There isn't much flexibility or many options for this. The city has these visibility site triangles where we are not allowed to have any visual obstructions. That includes fences or gates or shrubs or anything between 2 feet and 6 feet. And you do have a 4-foot elevation change from the existing street to the required yard height. So basically almost nothing can go in these areas. I am going to ask for an exception from the city in this corner here just a little bit because it's a dead-end street. The purpose of these site triangles with the city is they don't want anyone getting hit when you're pulling in and out of the driveway. So I'm hoping they will make an exception since this is a dead-end street to come into it a little bit. And these two areas here are, for your purposes, garage doors. For the city's purposes, they are vehicular gates. They're tilt-up gates that will have to come in. And then this, it reads right now as double doors, but essentially that is an entry gate. And that also has to swing in because you cannot have the doors swing in to the right of way, so they're all swinging this way into your property. So that's important. As you'll see in the images, I'm showing this open, but imagine this all as continuous wood slats, this with a wall behind it, structure, this just with the metal framing, metal support behind it. So it's more of an open air, you get air circulation through here. These are actual garage doors. So in reality, you have a 3-car garage, and then this is an entry court or motor court. I'm showing all of these cars on the plans just so you get an idea of how many cars you can fit in the space. But for the city plans, I will take these cars off, and this is an entry court with an entry circular drive. I might show 1 or 2 cars here, and that is it. You can have a car wash built in, different things I'm showing on the plans. But the most important thing is to show, I really do think this is the solution as far as where the circle drive can go and where you get the most cars in your property, undercover, within safety. One of the things I was thinking about is the homeless population in Miami Beach and things like that. So this way, this is essentially a vehicular gate and an entry gate. So this whole area is secure. You drive in, whether it's Bluetooth or remote, and you're in your property. If you have a package being delivered or a unexpected guest, they'll come up this way, ring a bell, you let them into your gate, they can set your package down underneath. This is all covered. So this is the solution I think you have to have. There's flexibility here. What I'm trying to show is that the service is on this end, pushing as much of the service items to this end as possible. And I'm also showing, for example, pool equipment. The city lets you put pool equipment, condensing units for the air conditioner, things like that. As long as they are 5 feet from your property line, it's fine. So just something to consider. If rather than taking up some of the buildable footprint, if we want to push that out and create a covering with a slatted fence or in gates, you can also have a louvered top or slatted top to enclose it so that it looks nice from the outside but doesn't take up your buildable footprint. You can see in this version here, I was putting the trash cans on this end, but then I labeled a trash chute on that end. How we exactly configure this, we can work out, but the point is that all the service as much as possible is put to this side. If we put the pool equipment on this end, yes, it will cost more to run PVC pipes and electrical lines from all the way over here as opposed to running it here. But personally, if this were my home, I would do that extra expense for construction so that you can maximize this floor plate here, and have more usable space in this area on the waterfront in the pool as opposed to having it taken up with equipment. That's the idea. And as you'll see, we go to the different floor plans. I have a bunch of labels, just names. These are suggestions as far as where we can place things that I haven't modeled yet for the most part. And I'm showing in this corner a second staircase. An idea, I think it is best to have a second staircase so that when you're going up and down, you don't have to walk all the way back this way to use the stairs. When you're just going down, for example, from your master bedroom to a kid's bedroom or the kitchen, you don't want to walk 125, 150 feet in the opposite direction in order to go downstairs. Also, the fire marshal has a lot of subjectivity as far as how they enforce the laws. And being that we will not have a fire sprinkler system, as far as I understand, I don't think you need to or you should, because this is a single family home. It is not required. But the fire marshal could say, I'd say you have to have one, and then you do. In any commercial buildings that are 5 stories or greater, you are required to. So just to give you an idea. Also, in all commercial buildings, you are required to have 2 egresses, which are 2 staircases. So it's up to the fire marshal. This is a single family home. Those are both not requirements, but I think that showing a second staircase is kind of a good faith effort that we are thinking about life safety and taking it into consideration. Also, I think it'll function better for you. So I will skip to the second floor real quickly and just show you. So here, go ahead and ignore the walls on the different levels. This is showing what's below. But pay attention to the labels as far as where I am put things that could be. Things can be reconfigured, obviously. The 2 most important parts I want to emphasize are the circle drive, where we don't have much flexibility, really none, and then also the separation of the buildings. So in reality, this is one continuous home. But as far as the city is concerned, the visual appearance is that you have 2 towers and a connection piece that respects the historical setbacks, and the facade treatment makes it read as 2 separate buildings. So as you'll see in the images, what I'm showing is that you have the facade and this planter for the connection piece. The top of that planter is at the same height as the finished floor for the interior, so that it's broken up. That's the important part. And then on this side, I'm showing an eyebrow, so a thin slab that sticks out for the floor plate, and then it gets thicker inside where you have the ceiling. Again, the whole purpose is that the facade reads that it is broken up as 1 tower over here, a second tower here, and a connection piece that respects those historical setbacks as far as them being separate lots. I think that this is the solution. I really do. And as far as how you configure the stuff within those, you can work it out. On the second floor, what I want to show you is I am suggesting that we move the spa and gym up to the 5th level. And on this second level, we keep, for the most part, what you had as far as the program, with the difference being I'm suggesting adding another small bedroom and full bath in this area. And the way I think of that is it could be a staff bedroom or a guest bedroom, particularly if you have a parent come and stay with you. I think it would be really nice to have a bedroom on the same level as your kitchen and living and dining, so they are not going up and down the stairs or elevator all of the time. Of course, if you don't have guests, you could also have a little library study. Again, I think it'd be nice to have a private, smaller space like that on this level. As we go up, same basic program. What's important to keep in mind is that we have air conditioning closets for the air handlers, additional closet and storage space, and utility shafts where we can run plumbing lines or electrical lines more easily without problems. In this space, you can read these and kind of figure out what I'm showing. But I'm showing a laundry room on the level as the majority of the bedrooms of the 6 bedrooms, as opposed to having on the 1st floor, so that your staff or you are not going all the way downstairs just to do laundry and carrying the laundry all the way back up. This is where all the bedrooms are, so you have your clothes, your linens, your bedding, everything. Do the laundry on this level, put it away, put it where it goes, and it's a lot more efficient functionally. On the 4th level, pretty much what you had. I am showing flipping the master closet and master bath. Master closet and master bath. It's not super important, but I just think it might function better. What I do think is important as far as your master bath is that you have 2 toilets, his and her toilet, just in a house of this magnitude. That is pretty standard, I think. Not that you're looking to resale, but that is what someone would expect. So a suggestion there. And second staircase, again, somewhere in this area. And also, I think it would be nice to have additional closet space, not only an office closet with a full bath for the office, but overflow closet for your master closet if you have any items you don't necessarily use on a daily basis that you want stowed away somewhere. I think it'd be good to have extra closet space. I found you can never have too much. And then this is going up to the 5th level, and I want to emphasize this is the 5th level. I know we've called it roof before, but the roof is actually above this. So the 5th level, if you have your outdoor terrace, your hot tub, everything you had before, and I think it would be nice to have a full bath with a bathroom, with a shower and toilet. And then over here, I'm showing gym and spa being relocated. It doesn't have to take up the full floor plate, but just showing it would be on this level. And you can have some terrace and some outdoor space and an electrical room for the solar from above to come down. You definitely need an electrical room for all of your batteries. And throughout the home, I'm showing a trash chute in this corridor. I think it would be useful. So wherever you are in the home, you walk to that corner and you drop your trash. And then up to the top roof. So this is that semi-covered area. You have the fully covered area as far as your elevator and elevator vestibule, your pass-through. So that's all air conditioned. And then, below it's air conditioned. And then your rooftop here above your spa and gym and electrical room with the solar panels on it. And that's where the solar panel consultant gets involved, recessed below the parapet so you don't see it from the outside. I'll just walk back through, just you can take a quick look and make sure that I didn't forget anything super important to share. As you'll see, I'm showing a glass elevator. That is a real elevator from Kone. It's actually their model and everything, so you have a view out this way. So the most important thing, and also I want to show that this floor plate follows the line of the property line as opposed to on the other plans it kind of pulls in. I'm maximizing the lot coverage. It's right at 50%, which is the max that Michael Belush said he would or / could approve foreseeably with DRB. That he would support. The code right now is 40%, so he's saying he's willing to go up to 50% depending on what we propose. And so I do think it's important we show that we are respecting everything they want, really. And by doing that, I think he will do us a favor and let us build essentially 10% more, which is a big difference. So that gives you, I think, a decent idea of the plans, explaining it. And let me go to the 3D real quickly. So the most important thing for me to emphasize on the 3D is this break, that visual break. So you see this top is at the same height as the floor inside. The planter, this side, the planter is at the floor level, and then the wall goes up. So this planter wall goes up, is built up. This planter wall is recessed essentially at the ceiling below. So that's the most important thing I want to show, because functionally this is all one level, but visually from the outside it is broken up and it appears as though there could be different levels, that they are separate. So it reads as one building here, one building here, and a connection piece that is as minimal as possible with landscaping and respecting the historical setbacks of the 3 lots, or at least of these 2 where 8 and 9 come together, which is what the city is saying is so important to them. And then here, if you can imagine, this is all represents wood slats, even though it's showing as one continuous piece on here. So if this is wood slats, you have your entry here, and then your actual entry there. So covered entry, and then interior entry to air conditioning. These could all be wood slat garage doors. This is a vehicular gate for the purpose of the city. For your purpose, it's a garage. It tilts up just like the other ones. Difference is I'm thinking these are just slats with the metal frame where air can pass through, as opposed to here that's actually solid. So this provides security and protection from the elements minus air. Of course, you could make it solid if you really wanted to, but I think it's nice visually to have it semi-open, and these would be solid behind the actual garage doors. So that's what I'm proposing. Continuation of the wood slats for the fence. This fence could open up. You have your ramp going that way to access things as well. And hopefully the rest of it makes sense. So that's what I'm showing on these plans also. The eyebrow, getting rid of this staircase over here, the eyebrow on this end, and then over here the planter recessed to where it breaks it up so it doesn't look like one continuous facade. Functionally it's the same, but visually from the outside, if this is the street, looking that way, it's broken up, and it would read more as one tower and a connection piece and a second tower, as opposed to one monstrous continuous building. I like the design, so please don't take it that way. I like it, but I'm trying to satisfy the city so we can get this approved. And I think that's about it. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Obviously there's a lot more to do, but hopefully this is a good point to collaborate and start. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. I'll end with one last thing. Just an idea. I'm showing here a custom door handle. I was thinking for your gate again. Imagine these are open wood slats. This is really an entry gate double door. That it would be cool to have like an 8, maybe with Century Lane engraved in it, capitalizing on your jewelry expertise. Maybe split in the middle to where it's a real subtle and elegant way to have your address and a cool little unique piece that no one else will have, like a custom made door handle to enter through. Anyway, that's it, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks so much.